Sai Ram. Today I want to take up this diary entry on 8th April 1978. It was Ramanavami day, and Swami came to the hostel in the evening and he gave a discourse on Ramayana. In the course of the discourse, Swami said, Ravana was a very great person endowed with the power of tapas. He wanted to prevent Dashratha's marriage to Kausalya, as he was aware with his knowledge of astrology that her offspring would bring about his end. So, once while Kausalya, still a kid, was playing with her playmates, he kidnapped her, put her in a box, and set it forth in the river Sarayu. The box floated on the Sarayu river, and Sumantra, who was a minister, was deep in thought, and he was walking on the bank of the river. He was deep in thought about some political issues, and as he was walking along the banks of the river, this caught his attention. He brought it ashore and found its content to be a young lady. He found out about her antecedents and took her to the Kosala kingdom to restore her to her parents. The king of Kosala was overjoyed. After inquiring about Sumantra and his kingdom, he got to know about Raja Dashratha, and thus he gave Kausalya's hand in marriage to King Dashratha, Emperor Dashratha actually. The king also got Sumantra married to the daughter of Gargi. After the marriages of the king and the minister, as they were taking leave, the king of Kosala called Sumantra aside and said, "You have done so much for me in not only bringing Kausalya back to me, but also getting her married to a great emperor like Dashratha. I would have given her hand in marriage to you if you had been a king yourself. I do not know how to repay you for the act which you did in bringing her back, so please accept this." Swami then waved his hand in big circles and created a huge ring with a large stone which he called Kosalam. Swami showed it to all of us. He remarked that the ring did not fit him. It was Sumantra's size. It had a large diameter. The color was honey on the outside, white on the inside, and some sort of yellow. The stone was set in a gold setting with very beautiful ornamentation. Swami then gave all of us Padnamaskar, and he took this ring around to show everyone. As someone tried to photograph this ring, Swami said, "Take photo of this hand, which is the repository of everything in the world. This is the hand from which all avatars come." Swami then kept the ring on his tambulam or pan box. It continued to oscillate for some 4 minutes. Swami took the ring and showed it to the boys who were working inside the kitchen for the dinner which was to follow. Swami said, "All of you have done a lot of punyam. That is why you are able to see so many such things." Many things like this Swami had brought from a different era, from a different century altogether. And Swami said it is because of the punyam that you have earned that you are able to see such things. The 21st April. In the morning I heard Swami telling someone in the veranda, "Scientists are all not very smart. They claim to have created sophisticated gadgets, but they lack in the basic common sense." Swami stood near the threshold in the veranda, in the portico in Brindavan, and asked, "What did that scientist say?" He looked around and spotted me, and he said, Amy Cheppadra, a scientist. The other day I had mentioned that a famous scientist from Australia had come, and Swami had told me, actually had told what he had told in a speech. And Swami said, this is what I had mentioned in Delhi, and he just relayed it to you. And Swami said, what did that scientist say? I said, Swami, he said, if only science develops, the balance will be upset. What kind of balance? Swami asked. I said, Swami, he said, ecological balance will be upset. What else did he say? He said, Swami, he said that the scientists should not be treated as a special community. Swami said, yeah, why should they be treated specially? After all, if the resources which are there for 20 years they use up in 2 years, is it beneficial to society or detrimental to society? I said, detrimental, Swami. Then he also said, Swami, that all scientists are not atheists. Swami mocked me and said, not atheists. How did he define atheist? I said, Swami, he didn't do that. Swami said, a atheist is not one who does not believe in God. Atheist is one who has no belief in anything. In that sense, there is no atheist in this world because everyone at least believes himself. And what else? Swami said. I said, Swami, the rest could not be heard as there was only one loudspeaker and there was a lot of noise. Swami said, who said this loudspeaker? After all, you are scientists only. And he pointed to one teacher who was there, who was in charge of the audiovisual room at that time. Coming to the 3rd of May 1978, Swami came to the bird cage. Brindavan had lots of animals those days. There was a bird cage in which there used to be pigeons and other birds, and there also used to be a deer cage. There were deer which had come from Mudumalai forest, and there was a newly born deer which was given to Swami. Swami took the deer in his arms, and of course we got some beautiful photographs of that. Then he gently kept it down and said, go. The small deer saw a group of deer and immediately walked over to them. Those deer which are normally timid, not minding the human being standing nearby, they welcomed the new entrant, licking and caressing it. Swami said, see, what kind of friendship prevails even among animals. See the love that they have for each other. Later during the day, Swami called some students upstairs to shift some photographs. Among these were some very old ones. Swami pointed to a photograph and said, this was taken on the day I threw my books away and was sitting on the rock. My hair had just grown after the exorcist put those XXX marks with a sharp weapon and had torn open the skin on the skull. He then applied lime juice. Nenu bharinchindi chuchi vadu chala kobapadaadu, Swami said. Seeing the amount of tolerance that I had, the exorcist was furious. Pichi anni ankunaru vallu. Swami said they all thought I was mad. Someone asked Swami, was Swami wearing saffron dress at that time? Swami said, no, I was wearing a white shirt, half sleeves. Swami then narrated the story of Ramesh and Sudhir, of his classmates, benchmates actually, and how he had written the exam for them. And he also mentioned how on the day he left school, Tammi Raju and some other teachers had all resigned from the school. The school had given 5 days holidays. No prayer was conducted because when one student went up to to lead the prayer as Swami used to do, he started crying and everyone joined him in crying. Swami said there was no need of prayer, the headmaster said. He said crying for Raju itself is a prayer. Swami said the teachers and the students came in 5 buses to Puttaparthi. Without even food and water, they had come. The 19th of May 1978 was a very important day. It was the day on which the new building for the Brindavan College was inaugurated. Of course, the 19th of May 1977, the auditorium had been inaugurated. I mentioned this in one of the earlier episodes. On the 19th of May, the summer course was started and there was also the Ramayana seminar. This is 19th of May 1978. A wonderful day. At 9 a.m., we all assembled in Brindavan compound. That is what is now the Sai Brindavan compound. There was a procession from there to the college. Swami sat on a beautifully decorated jeep with garland around his neck. Swami was sitting in the center. Governor Govind Narayan and the Education Minister Sri Subaya Shetty sat along with Swami. The procession consisted of the Anantapur College Band, dummy horse dance, Nadaswaram, Vedam, Bhajans, and also the military band. At the college, Swami cut the ribbon inaugurating the college building, and Mrs. Chandra Narayan, who was the wife of the governor, inaugurated the summer course. Swami addressed the students. In the evening, in the same hall, we had bhajans, and we all sat on the stage next to Swami's throne. On the 26th of May 1978, in the morning, I went to the bungalow due Acharam. What is the matter? I told Swami that today I have to speak in the summer course, Swami. I want namaskar. So Swami blessed me with namaskar. After my speech, when I returned to the mandir, I waited till Swami returned from the dining hall. Swami asked me, Emira Ravikumar, etla matladinavu? How did you speak? Did you speak well? And he blessed me with another Pada Namaskar. In the month of August, my father's 60th birthday was there. Just want to make a mention of one important thing that happened that day. Swami had called us as a family and told us to stand near the interview room. Swami went out to give darshan, and after the darshan, Swami went inside the bungalow. And for a long time, Swami had not come out. And at exactly 10:30, Swami opened the interview room and came outside. And then very sweetly said, 9 to 10:30 was Rahu Kalam. And that is why I did not call you at that time. And of course, he blessed my father profusely. 6th September 1978. This was the Vinayaka Chaturthi day that year. A few days before this, some students of the art group went and asked the warden for permission to get clay from the Hoskote lake. They wanted to make a Ganesha idol for the Vinayaka Chaturthi day. What happened after this, we'll see in the next episode.